Okay, for this topic, I want to talk about phishing. Phishing is still one of the biggest issues that we see in cybersecurity. So when we look at some of those big breaches that we see, whether it's Medibank, Optus, whatever it is, quite often it comes down to human error, and quite often it starts with phishing. What is phishing? Phishing is when an email comes through from a threat actor, so criminal or hacker, whatever you want to call them, that is trying to steal information from you. The key bit of information is a username and password onto your corporate system. So quite often this could be your Microsoft email account. So what are we actually looking for? The key thing here is to not look at clicking on and logging in to anything that's coming through from an email that you wouldn't be expecting. So there's a couple of things here, right? Firstly, are you expecting the email? Do you know the person that it's coming from? The next are some of the obvious ones, and I'll go through these just very, very briefly, but things like looking at urgency of the email. So they're trying to get you to do something urgently. The other one is looking at grammar and spelling mistakes, could be in there as well. Look at any kind of link, because generally what they're going to do is they're trying to get you to click on a link that's going to take you to a fake website that looks very real. It would be very difficult to actually tell from the real to the fake. So the link would take you to, let's say, a Microsoft login page. Now, the way they can actually do this is they can send you this information and go, hey, we were talking about this. Here's a link to this document that I've shared for you. And you go, oh, it's that document that you might have been talking about with someone else. So you need to be careful and look at this very carefully. But when you click on the link, it's going to take you to this Microsoft login. And the idea is going, okay, we're going to protect that document for you. So we need your username and password to actually download this document. Of course, what's going to happen is you're going to put your username and password in, right? But as soon as you've done that, that has gone to the cyber criminal to use. What will probably happen then is there will be some sort of error page, or it will just link back to Microsoft's real site. And you'll be like, oh, that's weird. There's no document. You need to be aware of that. As soon as you see something like that, if you have clicked through and given that username and password, you need to call your IT department immediately, because you're going to need a password change on your device. So key things here, firstly, slow down, right? Double check the email carefully, right? Is it coming from the sender? Watch out for any kind of URL issues. And that, what I mean by that is, where's the email coming from? Because quite often they could use domains that look very similar to the real domain, but it's not quite. So scrutinize the email. Is it coming from someone you know, right? And be very careful clicking on any link. If you have, make sure you report it.